There I am. Right there. Alright. Alright. Alright, y'all. It is Joanne for the Talkitoutshow. Welcome to our Wednesday live. We always put business on there because, of course, at some point in this live, we're going to be talking to Lydia about business, of course. Business and Lydia's got plenty of information for us in regards to business. Now, y'all had homework to do. I told everybody earlier on the podcast. I don't know if you guys listen to us or not, because we've got people on different platforms. So, on the podcast earlier, I had told Lydia straight up that my life has been really hectic. And so I had not finished the book. Now her life, as you can hear, that baby out there screaming. So her life is really, really crazy as well. So I think a lot of things that she was trying to get done have not been able to get done. And of course, we always try to make something to eat, you know, during this podcast. I mean, during this live. But we have really been like. Life has just been really going crazy, and so we got a lot going on, even a lot going on today, even after today. So after we get off of here, but of course we want to check in with you guys every week and see how you guys are doing. And also today was the day that Lydia had all of us, you listeners out there. Our homework was to have a book ready so she could actually take us through all the steps to be able to make it come into fruition. Now the cool thing about it is Lydia and my son and her daughter have written a book, and it is already on Amazon. It's already on Amazon. She, went through the process, did whatever she needed to do, and now it's out there on sale. Now she's got another book that she has. The first one we had talked about a couple of weeks ago, and I'm really excited about that book because of the fact that we do a lot of the vending markets or pop-up markets or whatever, and she called it pop-up book. And I think once people start coming around, realizing what she did, it's like, that is freaking genius, like, really? And so when they came around and figured out what she did, it was like, oh my gosh, this is so easy, because a lot of people, that's kind of how they're trying to get their little extra income and things like that right now. So there have been pop-up markets all over town this summer. And it's like you almost have to try to figure out which market you're going to go to every weekend. Of course, you have to plan in advance because there's vendors' fees and things like that. But the cool thing about it is, to keep track of that, because it is a business, and it's your business, however you're starting it, whatever. Some people start off like that. But you still got to keep track of everything. You got to keep track of, what you're selling, and how much it is, and how much you are selling, and so all that information is there. And so then at the end of the year, you can just go ahead and say, look to the tax person or whoever you got going on to do your taxes, if it's you or if you got someone else. Regardless, either way, having that book makes everything a whole lot easier. And so I've been trying to make sure that people that may be coming to our table or whatever know about that book, because it makes their life a lot easier. It's something that they've never thought of. And I think the reason why Lydia had thought of it was because she had always, every time we were doing one, which was every weekend somewhere, she was having to hand write everything out herself and write out, all the products we had. And we got 4 different people's businesses on this one table. So she's writing all this stuff out every time, keeping track and keeping tally and all this other stuff. And so when she made that book come into fruition, that was like an amazing thing. When people, other vendors come up to our table and I show them the book, they're like, wow, this is really cool, and it makes everybody's life so much easier. I guess you can see, I don't know. She can come in with the land baby, because I told you land baby was throwing a fit. Yeah, flower and everything on it. Land baby was throwing a fit. See? I guess she wants to have her chat as well and let us know. What do you think, Rakaya, about the pop-up market book? I'm talking to everybody. You threw them all on the ground. I don't know if you remember that. I know. You threw them on the ground, baby. Yeah, you threw them on the ground. You just dumped the whole bag. A lot. You did. A lot. Tired, moody, fussy. I don't understand. I guess she's hungry. I don't know. You like you want to eat before you fall asleep.
You have other of those things that you like to eat with Rakaya, so I can give her those. Thank you. She's gonna get it. She's gonna get it. She's gonna get it.
Oh, I forgot. I was at the store. I got me some jerky and didn't even think about it. I was like, some protein. But anyway, like I was saying, yeah, Lydia. What is flat?
This your one.
You went down?
I'm down.
Oh, down for the count. And you know, Lydia's already, short. So
I'm tall.
Down. Okay. Grandma went down. So anyway, what I was trying to say is the cool thing about it. Okay. Girl.
Like you did.
Nope. She knew I was looking at her. Nope.
Okay.
So anyway, what I'm trying to say about the pop-up market book, it's genius, it's amazing, and so of course she had showed us that a couple weeks ago, and then of course now the other book is out there that she did with my son and her daughter, and I'm just really excited about that. So that was the whole thing. And of course, I was like, oh man, life is just, and as we see, life is hitting her too. So life is hitting everybody, and it's like, whoa, you got a lot going on, but she's made these two books already out there that I think is awesome, coming to fruition. And that's not that further away. You like that? So that's the whole deal. Like I said earlier, I told her in the podcast, hey look, I was being honest, but that don't mean because she gave us all homework that y'all wasn't supposed to have your stuff ready either. So that she could let you know and show you how for it to become into fruition. Because we've already seen she has mastered this. And she knows what she's doing. Like I said, she just said, and then when I realized even last week when I was like, what am I supposed to do? And she just said, write it down on paper. And she'll show us other stuff. And I've got all these different ideas through my head too. Oh man, I could probably write a few books right about now at this point. And I probably need to for mental. It would probably be a good thing. But I'm excited just for her period, for the fact that these two books have already come into fruition. And the cool thing about it, like she said, that once you get those out there, which she did, is you can order your own books, and then you can, sell them wherever else you want to go. And so that was the cool thing about it. She was able to her own books off of Amazon and able to sell them at the pop-up markets, like I was telling you, is a genius book. And it's, to me, I think all the vendors need to buy one because I'm telling you, it makes life a lot easier. It's amazing to me. So, and then she's got the other one that she's got with the kids that they released. That was just last week. So that's already, and I know she's gonna open more, but those two are the two to me that stick out probably for me because I'll pump the heck out of that pop-up market because I just think it's just genius. And I'm like, and for the other books, like I know she does, and she can run like for a workout one. You got one for workout out? Don't you? Yeah. So she's got some ones out there that we haven't like just, you know, I probably need to try to get some more advertising and let everybody know, hey, these things are out there and everybody can support too, because she's really pumping these books out. And that's really it's really cool. But that one, I mean, I tell you, that was like the most amazing thing to me. That's why I'm just so like for it, and I think also too the fact that she had bought some herself to sell while, you know, when we're out and about. And these are the perfect places, because I'm telling you, ain't other vendors there, and it's I promise you, they wasn't thinking about that. Now they may have been at home tallying up some stuff, trying to figure stuff. They didn't think for the long haul. And then some of these people think, oh, these is hobbies, or these is things I'm doing, or oh, I'm just gonna start a little business real quick, blah blah blah. Okay, then they do that, and then they have no idea. Oh, I'm really gonna start a business, and they could have calculated all this stuff all the time, keeping track. You know what I'm saying? Of it the whole time. So I think it's very beneficial. It's a book that and you know what? And I'm pretty sure she can. She probably already has another book out there, but you know, for anybody who's doing their businesses and stuff, something like that to totally keep track. What's going on?
Well, Glenn's baby here is running the show today.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
And she feels like she should just be with her grandma, and she don't understand why nobody understands that. Now that she's with her grandma, she feels like she should be able to do whatever she wants to do. Because I'm next to my grandma. Like, I have her feet up there. Because you start crying and kicking out the room.
She is really having a good time. I think she's really tired, but she's hungry, tired. You know, hungry, tired, and what you eat, I'm out. You know what I mean? She
had a slow start eating this morning because she was
really? Uh-huh. Oh, look at that tired baby. Look at that. Look at that tired baby. Yes.
Yeah, they take her earrings out of here, y'all.
Oh, you
because she kept pulling them out, and I was like, I'm gonna get the earrings. Yeah. When she got back with my mom would be like, I'll be like, hey, pull them out. So last she did it where I could see her, and then they were somewhere I could find, so I would pull them up, so I can give it to them and say, okay, y'all do it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I don't do earrings. So this is Glam Baby's world.
So is that an inside outside, or is that, you know, it's an outside, like an inside?
Like I strained it.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like bad. You're messing with my breathing too, so.
Oh, that's a low muscle.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't know how pulling this over when I was getting up the car wrong, apparently. I didn't feel it until then.
Take some ibuprofen.
Oh, we're live again. All right. Yes. Hi. You forget that the battery takes so much. That takes so much of the battery. And she's trying to cook and everything, so a lot of stuff's trying to get done. So I could be in here. So we have to thank Alizé. And then Rakaya thinks she's running, so we're waiting for her. Oh. I just saw the camera, that thing just.
What boo?
The camera.
The light or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, because now it's black.
Huh?
You're black?
Mm-hmm. It's black on there too. You can hear, I can hear us. I can, okay, now we're, now,
okay, no, you're not going to touch everything. You're going to go in the room like, Alana, keep messing with me. What's up? Okay.
No. All right, cool.
are cool.
Okay, we're back and in effect. So we're gonna try to get some business stuff done while Rakaya is running my show today. So it's just crazy. Who decided to have a grandbaby on the live? Who does that? Like, who does that?
Lydia.
Exactly. So what was the question? Five words per page.
Oh, 25.
Yeah, but I was thinking.
No, that was asking.
Yeah, but what I realized is, you know, 25, or you can do 8 or something like that. I think we just had some hiccups and learning. I know there's some books that can be only 8 pages and 10 pages.
Right.
So I think it could be a learner. No, I think the way we did it was just, we had everything at a level, I don't know
Where it
where.
had to be 25.
Yeah, I'm gonna play around with it today. Like, I'm gonna just play some crazy stuff.
That's good that I asked that question because that was stressing me out because I know that the one book that they did, the recent one, is a good book for like children and things like that.
It's good for a good read for a child to read.
Right.
So you can read
But
something
I was
that
like,
they can read
right,
first, but they can read.
right. That's why I was like, well, every book for the book I got 25 pages. I was like, oh crap, I gotta make 25 pages. Well, this sounds stressing.
But that's easy.
How is it easy?
Because it's literally, you can put 4 or 5 words on there.
I got that, but 25 pages. I mean, you know how you get like, I guess because I've had some kids and I know they have like the first book and it's like the hardback one or whatever, the hard pages, and there's only like 5.
And that's what I'm saying, because that's what I'm saying, we're doing KDP.
Okay.
Ingram Spark, I think you can do whatever you want because you're paying that.
Okay, I get it.
KDP is free, so understand the freeness to your paying.
Okay.
Understand that. You're not gonna get all the wonderful things that you're gonna get from Ingram Spark on KDP if you are sitting up there getting this free. See, Ingram Spark, you're gonna pay a certain amount for the book, and then they're taking a percentage of the book.
Okay.
They're gonna make the book, and then they're gonna whatever cost of the book comes out of your, which you do it for. And then, Joanne keeps talking too. I can't think. Oh, no, I can't do that.
You got it.
So apparently we're gonna talk about
on the phone.
So we'll talk about Kai and then we'll come back to you. Go ahead.
Yeah, there you go. Hello.
You keep talking when somebody's talking to you.
Hello. Okay, that's the book now. I guess you're back on Ingram. So I this is something that I need to know. So that is very good for me because she's very correct. If you're paying for something, of course you can do probably whatever. You have the freedom to do whatever you want to do. But if you're getting something, a service that's free, you gotta pretty much go. And pretty much, they're pretty sure that Ingram probably has their specifics, something.
No, you can be, I researched, you can do it whatever you want on Ingram Spark. Because you pay for anything. No, it's your book. You have freedom to your book. And understand, when you do it, you're paying a certain fee for your book. Then whatever the printing cost of the book is coming out of your book cost. And then they're taking a percentage out of your book cost. So they're getting their money out of it. What KDP is, they're paying you the cost of the book. That comes out of your, when you sell it, the cost of the book comes out of that. And then a percentage comes out of that for KDP as well. So they get their money. But you gotta understand, this is self-publishing, you're doing it free. This is, they're doing it for free, and Ingram Spark is doing their, and Ingram Spark has a big distribution. So your book could be in, not only will they put your books in Amazon, they put your books in, I can't think of any bookstores right now.
Barnes and Noble.
They'll put them in there, they'll do stuff like that, so they have a big distribution to do that as well. But you will be paid a fee, so you want to figure out what book you want to do. Like when we did this, when we did the first, our first kid book, did it on KDP. The reason I did it on KDP, and we probably assume later on do it on Ingram Spark, because there really is a big sale, and people want a hardback book or whatever. but no. I said no. That means no. No, that means up for discussion. That means no. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So, you want to have that in your mind of what you're doing. Like, let me just see how my first book rolls.
Yeah.
You might have that thought about this is what KDP is for.
Yeah.
There are going to be things like if you wanted to put one big word and it goes on both pages, I heard that's going to be a problem on KDP. But on Ingram Sparks, it's not a problem on it. The reason is that KDP wants you don't want anything in the middle of the thing, and there's nothing. They don't have a way to do that, and so they're not even like playing games with that. But in Sparks, you can do that. So I think it's your business, whatever you want to do. So you got to figure out, okay, when I'm using KDP, what am I using KDP for, and what do I want Ingram Sparks for?
Okay, so now the question for you: did you investigate how much it would be to use Ingram? Like,
I don't know if it's the same price for everybody, and also you can like look for coupons where you can have offs and stuff like that.
okay.
But again, it's a book that you really want to be everywhere.
Yeah.
The books sometimes y'all do don't have to be everywhere. I mean, it's just books so you can see the guidelines of how easy it is to do a book and how well you can get your book to be, done. So just remember that on all your books, you want to understand this. If you want a lot of sales in your books, people got to review, do a review of your book. So, like, so like, okay, what did they think? Oh, they're reading it. Like, I want you to read it and put a review on it. Even if you don't like the book, put a review on it.
Make sure to let them know.
Because that helps us on the lot. Because I do the books together. It can take a longer because the kids, really wanted to have the pictures on there and stuff like that, and it wasn't our pictures. We went to Canva. And because we have a membership with Canva, that's how we got our pictures on the book. So that's why it's just that simple. Now, if you want to pay somebody for artwork, there's a lot of sites you can do for artwork. I know Fiverr, and I know there's so many more. You can also do. What's
That's up right there on your fingers. Your fingernails.
You want to be able to. You can use Vector for their clip arts, their picture clip arts. I'm trying to get down so you can mess with that. Look at you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at this child. Look at this great child. She's trying to be all over the place. I know that's what you get here.
Oh, she found something. Oh, the thing.
You just walking around? Okay, so she's going to make a mess in a minute, and it's going to be too late for me to notice it. But that's what she's going to do. Because, babies are curious at this age, so everything's
Especially when they start walking. Oh, my goodness.
And we said for her to walk.
Yes.
She walked late, and we was upset. And now she's in everything, telling us that's what you get for one.
Because the kids at that age, they look at you like they just say no, they're real quick. They look at you, they grab, they just look along. They be insta everything.
Yeah.
And then when you like, no, they look at you like, why? Like, why they telling me no?
Can I have this right here? Y'all see that right on my boobs? You know this right here?
She really was tearing it.
So my back is hurting. I drink, this child will tear up all day long. Every day. I have to drink water. Like I got my water right now. She gonna drink it. You put water in hers?
No, she ain't
gonna touch it. She ain't gonna touch her sipping cup.
Oh my goodness.
So she just wanna be a big kid.
Yeah.
She gonna miss these days.
Yeah. Oh gosh, when she get older, she gonna be mad.
Stop.
Like, I wish I had somebody to take care of me.
But yeah, so you always want to know what your illustration is going to cost you money. Especially however you like it. So whatever book you want to spend a lot of money on, that's the one that I would then invest into Ingram Spark. Everything right now that you're playing around with, trying to figure out, and it might be a gold mine gold there, but you have to hurry up and play on Ingram Spark. I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know either, but like this book we're doing, it could be a big hit. Where everybody is going to order it, and it's just, we can't hold it now. Now they want it back. That's when we go to Ingram Sparks. But understand, when you do KDP, that they do distribution as well. But if you're doing distribution from KDP, then what's the purpose of doing sparring for something called a hardback book? Because they're gonna bump a lot of heads. Understand, Sparks have more distribution than Amazon. Amazon does Amazon, so they do their stuff, and then it might get you in some other stuff that they might have low contracts with and stuff like that. So I understand that. And the reason I wanted you guys to have a book done is because I want you guys to understand it's simple. When you write your real book, then we'll talk about what we're doing with our real book. Because my thing is, I know everybody's into the no content books, which I can really get you on and teach you all about the no content books, but still will tell you to create a good no content book for yourself. But the reason I said like a book is because sometimes we just want to see what an idea will do. Like let me see what I can do for a children's book and see what that idea, how I could go on camera and these little pictures will do, and I could create a book. Let me see how good I am and what I can do, and I think that's when it'll start triggering all the little talents you have. And it's something that you might say, okay, I want my kids to write a book, so it's all, they gotta illustrate it, they gotta do all the work for that book, and then you copy and send it on oh, God, how did you open it? Oh, it's broken. That's how you open it.
Never run into that. We're on the side.
Yeah.
She got into some shit.
But so you want to make sure you have those ideas in your head. That's why I want you guys not to start with no content books, because I don't want you just to use their situation. I mean, you can. I'm making a mess. You can use their stuff, but then I understand that it's going to go, everybody else might be using it. So you kind of want to create your own content, no content book. When we do a puzzle book, our book, we can get through all that. I just wanted you guys to get this done, so at least when you're writing your book, you can produce other books. Because again, I want us to start doing a book a day. I said for a year, we're going to do it for 31 days. Or 60 days or something like
a
that.
month or something?
Yeah, something like that. So the reason is, if you have to start using your mind to be more creative. So they're like, oh, it is not hard. But we think it's hard because
I'm going to be honest, when you said that was a little intimidating. What you just said to me?
You're not going that way. You got to wait. You're going to have to cry. You're going to have to wait.
A little intimidating for her to say 31 days, the book's in 31 days.
No, the year one should have been intimidating. 31 should be easy.
No, that was so intimidating. I acted like I didn't hear that one. Oh yes, it was intimidating. That's how intimidating it was. I just said, oh, smoke some drugs.
I love it.
Oh, she be fighting.
No fighting with Kaya.
She's fighting already.
Y'all don't understand the pain and the suffering she will cause when she wants to be hurt. I can get down with my brother.
It's great to know that you're loved like that.
Yeah, because you know she don't like me to get in, y'all. She's like, no. Now I can't get
See, that's what I'm saying. You have to be careful what we wish. You know, you don't have nothing from it. You know why you don't have anything in there. Yeah, she don't have nothing in there. Because of, she knows why she don't have nothing.
Yeah, so when you have kids, they leave you with nothing. They take it all.
She thought she had some water in that jug. She thought.
And I'm supposed to be the one with the water.
Yes. I have water all the time. I guess they don't care about the hydration.
Exactly.
They care about their hydration. That's how it is.
Yes.
You know, just like, you know, how your nephew says we have a refillable Keurig. And it's so hilarious because in my household, everything's like that. The water pitchers, the ice trays, the Keurig, and I'm always constantly keeping them filled up because, like I said, some people are blessed that be living in have air conditioning real good and stuff like that, but I'm trying to make sure that, we have like some ice and, make sure the tray, the ice is lit. So the whole thing is like, I'll be coming in there, they got ice trays sitting out. It's like, dude, you fill it immediately back up because we gotta put this freezer to work. We gotta have ice. There's a shortage on ice right now because it's hot. I tried to tell her earlier, and then we went to the store, and she was like, there is no ice.
I have to fake because I have to have ice.
So, and that seems to be, for some reason, the only store that's been having it. Because even some other episode had it.
I said I had a whole bunch of ice, and I didn't think about getting it when I was Safeway. Lord Jesus, and that was 2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
You hear her crying? She was moving me out. But she'll be alright when she was with her auntie.
But she's working. So, this has kind of been
so hopefully next week we won't have to see. And then I can really go through. I really needed Sarah to be here because I really want him to have you guys get close up of it, know what we do, see if we can do a 2-part where we record from the camera on the computer and record us from this camera. Because I would like you guys to see how
screen share or something.
To use camera. Because for people who are computer savvy, it's no problem. Like you guys catch on quick. For people like me who struggle with we need step by step.
You shouldn't be struggling still. You should be an expert. You've been doing this for a while.
Doing what?
The electronics. You said you should be electronics.
Well, I wanted something new. Like I could do something I know, but not. When I was getting on camera and I was doing my t-shirts, I wasn't thinking of that. It was just, I'm trying to do some t-shirts. Let me see what I can do. But when I came here trying to do a book, it's a whole new world. And then I realized I gotta buy Canva, for the year subscription.
Oh.
So I can get all the pro stuff, and then I can just have a way with it. And then, like I said, we just have a way.
Just think about all those things. A lot of people don't really, I don't think, look into and see how important it is. Like when you are doing businesses, depending on what businesses you're trying to do, there's so many things that you do have to spend money on sometimes. And regardless, even when it comes to technology and stuff you're trying to do on a computer, there's apps, there's things that you need that you have to buy a lot of times. And so those things you have to pay attention to. Like I say, like Lydia is saying, do as much as you can for free. But a lot of times too, think of the things that are going to be that you're going to use the most and would be most useful for you. Like you're saying, if it's worth it, using that Canva and buying that membership or whatever for the year or whatever, and just knock out as many as you can. You know what I mean? Use it. When you
are an investment to your business, and if you're not
I'm saying that, right? And I'm saying when you do that investment, use it. You know what I mean? Like, knock the books out. You know what I'm saying?
And they're not just for books. It could be for you to do sheets for Etsy. You can sell those single sheets and party favors and all that for Etsy. You can do T-shirts and mugs and all that. You can make your business cards. You can do your postcards. You can do description of your product. You can use it for so many different things. If you limit yourself to just one thing, then it's like, dang, that's a lot of money for a whole year. But when you're actually doing and using it for everything, you're like, this is a cheap investment that I constantly use every day. You can make your logos on there. You can do all kinds of stuff on there. You can jazz up your logo. Like, I paid for this over here in February, but I'm using this over here and this, and then you can produce so much. So don't limit yourself just thinking it's just for books, because It's for all kinds of stuff. You can do stuff and sell it on Fiverr too.
Yeah.
Like sell your skills on how you can jazz and put stuff up. Because so many people need stuff like me. They need stuff on Fiverr. And I can also sell it on Fiverr.
Quickly, because it's helping them get to the next level in their business, what they're trying to do. And that may be something that they don't want to, they don't have really the time to mess with. You got somebody that can just knock out what you need real quick. And you don't pay them a few dollars or whatever you're there to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it is, I just say I really want you guys to pay attention to the stuff that Lydia is telling you, because a lot of this stuff, it really makes so much sense, and it really, if you are an entrepreneur, it will really help you along the way. It's good to be well-rounded in a lot of things, but some things we just are not skilled in. You know what I mean? I'd probably be great with technology. I'm not great with it because of the fact that I have issues with my eyes. So that's what sucks. It's like I got this thing that hinders me, but I know if I was on there, I'd probably be pretty darn good. But so that lets me know, okay, if I got this issue, that may be something I wouldn't need. I literally, anything I do as on computers, I'm just gonna, it's like a job for my eyes, so I don't have to fall asleep, because it's too much work.
Okay, because they got things for screen on your computer, they got things for glasses for you.
Yeah, glasses.
Yeah, they got for you to put a screen on your computer. That helps it to block the whatever is on your eye, the blue light or whatever that's, that's in your way you can use those. And like I said, it's an investment. I mean, the glasses ain't cheap. You know, and like you're gonna get like a Dollar Tree glasses.
But of course, I mean, you're investing in there. I mean, that's what you do. It's just like if I was to get a job and they have to adjust to my disability, like, or whatever, like how vocational is. They'll have to adjust to whatever it is that you have, and then they make it to where you're able to do those things.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So you want to think about those things. Those are things that are always like investing yourself in your business. I was just telling a person recently, I said, you know, because they were talking about, you know, their business. I said, sometimes you got to look at, what if your child wanted to do blah, 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 what would you do to help your child move forward to doing it? And as parents, we would do everything. We would investigate, we would research, we would spend the money, we spend the time, all that. Then put all that energy into yourself. Because that's the best way to show your child to invest in themselves and do more for themselves by seeing you as a parent do it. If you as a parent ain't doing it, then how are you going to tell the child to do something that you're not willing to do? So those are things that you have to... Huh? Okay. Is the tea coming?
You made iced tea or something?
Well, she had some more tea and I wanted to put the other tea bag in there. You know, I got jazz some.
Yeah, I see you. She's jazzing. Switching it up, y'all.
I did. So, but you want to always make sure that it's something that everybody can get done and do it, and it's not a problem. Because I think when we have issues is we don't never make the time for ourselves, and we do for everybody else except for ourselves. And literally, that's the worst example you can ever prove to anybody, because then they're going to do it. And then you're going to be yelling like, I made this way for you so you wouldn't do it. But then that's all we saw. We never was trained to do it another way. You never taught us how to take care of ourselves. And you always taught us how to do for others, or how to spend your time over here, and how you spend your time. And what worked sometimes back in the day, sometimes if you're going to do stuff like that, you're going to have to really make sure, maybe take the kids with you so they can see the effect of it. But also, if you want them to be able to work on themselves, you got to show them how. Because who do you want them to learn how to work on themselves? Do you want them to learn from you, or do you want them to learn from somebody outside the world? And I'm going to just tell you from the stuff I learned when I was a child, I'd rather let my kids learn from me. I want to be their example of how to take care of a person themselves first, how to love themselves, how to do stuff for themselves. Those are things.
Okay. So I decided to start some maintenance home projects while we were live.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's This Wednesday has been a Wednesday. It's like a Wednesday, like a Monday Wednesday, but it's Wednesday. You know what I mean?
My baby niece is here.
Yeah.
And she's getting ready to leave tomorrow, and I'm just so blessed that she's able to
spend some more time. Every time, people don't understand how important time is.
And I need my time with my niece because I love that baby girl. And so, and I got my grandbaby because I love her. So I take all my times very seriously when it comes to my family. Like, because you never know when it's not proper. Because my one niece that I love, that was my goddaughter, that was like my daughter, died and passed away. So, you know, I cherish every moment. So I really don't care about the rest of the world when it comes to my niece or my family at this time. Because I really want to spend time with them. So I like, you be like asking me to do something right now, I'll be like, nah, but you know, but it's their first such and such day. Okay, well, we're going to this thing and we love to have you there. Okay.
Yeah.
So you get on, that kind of
Thank you.
You can bring her.
I have a thing that happens to me every time we meet, which I didn't know for the longest time. Numbers meant anything. So, like, you know, and that's why I said it was so hilarious because the number was everywhere. I mean, it was everywhere in my life, and I'm like, what is up with this? And I was thinking another way because it was a number, a nasty number. So here we go, and I'm like, well, I'm ignoring this number. I don't know why it comes up. But then I was like, wait a minute, I need to find out what's going on because it's coming up every which way, it's everywhere. So then finally someone was like, look the number up, and I was like, numbers mean something? Like, if you see them, I didn't really realize the importance of it. And so now when I see the number, it's funny because like kind of what she's saying is, it's a thing that will do back. It's a reminder that goes, whoop, here, something's going on, and I go, what's going on? What is taking me away from what is important? So when that number flashes any kind of a way, and I see it, then I go, oh, something's going on. I need to focus on my family. I need to focus on, I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much, and they're being neglected, or I'm being neglected. So I need to, it's either me being neglected or I'm neglecting my family to where it's like, hey. Because for the longest time, it was just showing up for everywhere in my life. And then finally when I looked it up, I was like, oh, okay. So now, I know. Then it flashed.
What does it mean?
It means that you need to work on, like, focus on your family, home, yourself, you know, stuff like that. And I was doing too much everywhere else. And at that time when the number was flashing, I really wasn't. My family was really suffering at the time. So I knew, and it was years. It was like a long time. My license plate of the vehicle I had, with the number was on there. I mean, it was everywhere. Every time I looked at my phone, the percentage was it. It was everywhere. So, and it was constant. And I didn't know what was going on. I was like, this is kind of weird that this number is just really popping up all the time. So then that's why I knew. And so it doesn't do it as much, but when it does pop up, then I pay attention and I go, what am I doing? You know, who am I neglecting? What's going on? I'm neglecting myself again. Is there something going on, or what's going on with my family? Who needs attention? So you know, like Lydia said, it is what you have. Your priorities is important. You got to know, you know, your priorities, and it's sad because a lot of times we are making other things priorities that should not be. So, and like she's saying, she's trying to cherish those moments, cherishes that time. Because the thing about it, like, think about it, with her grandbaby, that grandbaby's only going to be that age. They grow so fast. So, the time that you want to spend as much time. Like I was busy all my life. I was talking to her, telling her about my son. He took his first walks with her. I was working, and he was with her. So there's a lot of times that you miss important things in people's lives because of other stuff. And so that's why you do cherish the time that you have with them. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying, you know, and babies, they grow fast. So they go fast.
It's so wonderful. Did you miss this? Even though it seemed like she was all over the place, like this is the hard part. Some teenage years.
Oh man.
Gonna be
Once you experience it, you're like, oh my gosh. That's why I said that. That's why I said, isn't it great to know that you're loved like that? Because see, when they live like that, oh, they love you. They love you. They need you. You know what I'm saying? They need you, yes, but they love you too. And to know that somebody that precious or whatever loves you, and you know, it's a good feeling. A lot of people, talk about that, but the teenagers make you just be like, But see, you grandma, when you get grandmas usually just love forever. They're loved differently than the kids.
Because we don't have to raise them. We just spoil them and send them back. And I've been waiting for this year.
Yeah. So
just spoil and get back. You gotta take your job. Nope, not taking my grandbaby today. Go ahead. Surprise the baby, your parent. Yeah, you busy. And like I said, I try to spend as much time I can because who knows? My business might blow up tomorrow and I won't get to see her as much, you know? So I think about stuff like that all the time.
Yeah. We never know. I think that's what life in general. We never know. We never know anything. We don't know what's gonna happen. So thank you.
You're gonna put it on the new thing?
What'd you say?
Thank you. That's the teenagers. They talk them under the breath.
You do. All the time.
So you liked it?
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah. I like this bag too. This is the bag you talking about?
It cost you, right?
Was that the one you got? That one?
No.
Did you order?
No, I didn't order because it cost you. It was like $100 for $30 to $200 for $30. Just so I could put some tea in my bags. And I can get $300 for $8.99.
So is this is not my tea?
Yeah, it is.
With this? It's just with this one.
Yeah, no water, it's just your tea as a water and that. It's still coming out.
Yeah, see, it's still.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. See how that goes. That's nice. So yeah, we talk a lot about business. We talk a lot about entrepreneurship and things like that. We're all over the place. We're doing all kinds of stuff. But as you see too, at the end of the day, Lydia, what's important to Lydia is family, and so Lydia, she does what she needs to do to make sure that she has her time with her family and stuff like that. So.
And I feel like I have a small family, so I try to always make sure we all come out in numbers to support. We all come out and do everything we can as all of us. So we might not have 1 million people in our family, but it looks like it when you see us come out because we come out all to support whatever they do. So I don't care what any of my kids do, and I'm including my nieces and nephews and cousins and all that. You do something and you want to be there, and all you gotta do is say, I need you there, and I'll be there. And I have no problem with that. I'll get there, and I'll grab as many people as I can to come with me to go, so you have enough to yell your name. Because I think it feels good when you have people to have your back. And I don't think people understand how much that makes somebody feel good when everybody has your back.
No, I know. I heard the story. It was really crazy, and I didn't know this even went on. And, everybody's watching the Olympics and things like that. And I haven't been watching or anything. But Simone Biles basically pulled herself out of what she was doing something yesterday. I guess pulled herself out, and she was like, she admitted herself. I wasn't in a good headspace, and if you're not in a good headspace, I think she had already made a mistake or something had happened in one of the things that she was doing. And only she felt really confident enough to this other event that she was in, to do it. She thought she was. She went in the back. She said she went in the back. She had already been having some kind of some mental things going on. And I think what's so crazy because of COVID, because like I didn't realize these Olympics are a year late. I didn't know it because of COVID. So and over there, they didn't really want. I know for a while they wasn't really wanting the Olympics because they didn't want nobody going over there. So I think that's why I didn't know about it. But it's all going on over there. But they're doing kind of like they were doing with the basketball, where there's nobody there, physically there. There's no audience there. So you gotta think about this if you've been doing these things all your life and you're so used to hearing that you're real, knowing real people are cheering you on. There's nobody there. And it's messing in her mind that like, there's nobody here. And it's throwing off. And so she's like, she tried to go back and get right in the headspace, and then she went back out and was like, this is not happening. I can't do this. It's not working out for me. So, and I know how that is. And so it was funny because when I was telling my son about how important it is, when you have, it's, when we're watching the fight, and important to have you look out in the crowd. There was a lot of people there to support him, and I know that had to feel good, but I think because of what happened, that probably was even more disappointing because you had all these people there to support you, and then that went down the way it did. But I was saying too, like when I used to go to school, there was people loved this one that she would scream, and all the guys just loved this mom because she was so loud. And so the other, you got seniors in this and that. Well, when that particular player became a senior, it was actually whatever, he graduated, whatever. So the other ones who were the juniors and this and that, sophomore, freshmen, was really upset because they were like, she's not going to be at the games anymore. He didn't graduate, she's not going to be there. And she was so loud and she cheered everybody out. It got them going. It got them pumped up to do what they needed to do. And people don't really realize how important that is. You know what I'm saying? So she's saying it's good to have a support system. It's good to have that. I've done a lot of things in life and I don't realize until it's happening how important it is to have somebody there. You know what I mean? A lot of times I'm just going through life and there's a lot of achievements that are going on. But then I'm like, well, shoot, that really does feel good when someone's there to come support you and see you. You know what I mean?
My son's goddad made sure I go to all his softball games. I'm surprised. Don't look at him when he goes this year because he's not in it because he don't live in Portland anymore. But he had made sure, and I would always like ready to see someone somewhere softball. Like, yeah. In a ring, and I'm like, yeah. Now I'm out. They all love me because I'm out. But I don't know nothing about the game. And they like you think I'm alive. And I say ain't a home run when it ain't a home run. I don't know what a home run was.
Right.
I just be saying stuff.
But see, that's what I'm saying. When you were there, and you bring, like you said, it may be seem like a small family, but you bring people and you bring, because we was going out there, we always having a good old time. So it's like you don't really understand how important that is, and I think that was what was so rough for the even the NBA players last year when they were going to those places and they tried to put the little fake people on there. Yeah. It wasn't real. You don't hear a real person.
And they can't see fake people.
That's what I'm saying.
We saw fake people. They couldn't see fake people.
It's like
we don't fake people to them.
And that's hard. I think that's a hard thing to do and to go through. It's just and so I think. But there was a lot of other things going on. I think I've been watching some stuff about the Olympics, and I was like, you know what? These people need to quit tripping. I said, and it let me know too how even though women have advanced a lot of things, there's still a lot of things that along with we gotta go. So we got right. We got things. We had rights already. Being black, years. But then women got their rights that they be having issues with and stuff. Just like they said, there's a lot of people now that are women that are in the Olympics. But they were stripping off the clothes the girls was wearing for the sports. So I don't remember what country it was. Gonna sit there and have this full-on outfit all the way down. The girl, But my thing is, it's hot as hell with it. So I mean, it's like it'd be like that stormy tropical weather. You know what I mean? So you hot and you sweating. They mad at the girls who play, volleyball. And you know to be wearing a little bit. But they had shorts. It wasn't even like the ones that go up your butt that we be seeing. You know what I mean? They had shorts and then the top. They were mad at that. So it's like, but they really at the end of the day, it's hot. If I put a whole bodysuit on and it's muggy hot, and you want my body to breathe and me to function the best, how am I doing that?
Yeah.
So they have to think about what they're doing, and they're trying to act like, they don't want to think, because there's women and men or whatever, they're not going to focus on that, or, I guess have people look at stuff. I don't know, but either way, it never came up. Like I said, at the end of the day, if those were men, if those were men, then they wouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If those are men,
and I got one meat pie. They're trying to eat all the meat pies. Heavenly Father, thank you for this food that we're about to receive. Thank you for blessing us, guiding us, protecting us. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. So yeah, I said at the end of the day, I didn't like that because of the fact that they would have did all that, and they would have caused all that ruckus and commotion if it was me.
Yeah.
They've men be able to just do whatever the heck they want to do all along. Now, we got a problem. Now they want to. It's like, leave people alone. So my whole thing is, that is stressful. Like I said, a lot of these people, they already have previous things that were going on with them mentally anyway. Trying to get to this point, to get to this Olympics is hard anyway. They know they're in a place where they didn't even want to have the Olympics there.
Yeah.
And so, but like I said, that particular person, financially, she's set. So she can sit back and go, you know what, I'm not mentally right. Because she got tons of money right now, you know what I'm saying? He can go home, party there, walk down, and be like, you know what, I'm cool. And she did, she said, I'm going to sit back, because she knew, she's like, I have to realize, because at the end of the day, like I said, if she's not in a good mental space, why would she subject that? You're a team. So if you know you're not at your best, why would you go out and go, I'm going to push, even though I'm not at my best, and mess it up for the whole team? No. I know there's some younger girls out here that's doing their thing, and they're good, and they can make it, and they just as good right now, boom. Especially me messing up. I don't mess up. So I'm going to let them do it because they're doing real well. So yeah, that's what, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what
So, it's okay to know your limitation. It's okay to know I'm not right. You know what I'm saying? I need to. Well, she said I'm not in a good mental space. I need to let them do it because I'm not in a good mental space right now, and she wants to do something to mess them up. You know what I'm saying? So okay, guys, I've been hearing about these great meat pies that Lydia been just tearing down on lately. And so I'm excited because it's been a while. Everybody else has been able to climb because right now my stomach is weird and I can't eat garlic. But she made them today.
Without garlic.
Oh, that's just amazing. That is amazing. God.
Let me see you guys out. Because that's my family. And everybody that's been tearing them down. They can't keep them in there for long enough.
Oh, yeah, that's amazing. And that feeling is like, oh my God. That is like crazy. I mean, that's way better than anything we bought before. Remember? Yeah, see. I said that I've been trying to tell Lydia. Every time she do something, it don't be wrong. It always be good.
Oh, no.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
So we got these skewers here. And these mushrooms are really flavorful. We got these skewers, the potatoes, and the steak. Okay.
Did you want another
I
one too?
did. I know. I'm gonna let y'all. I'll be done telling the thing now.
I have orange juice, pineapple juice, and pomegranate juice.
Oh, okay. You know, I love that.
This one's still 10. Hers is almost done. You can see the red going out.
Oh, I've been drinking that. I've been drinking that.
We've been out with the red stick.
Yeah, I was drinking without real red.
I don't know. We be trying to live it up on the God path.
Yeah, that really has some. Yeah.
Bye.
So yeah, must be a real big meal. There's all that fruits and everything. We got fruit. We got steak.
It tastes so good.
We got meat pie.
I always do good seasoning meat.
That's why I said I think it went off onto the mushroom because that mushroom was bomb. The flavor on the mushroom.
This is the food to eat and enjoy. This time we just can't be rushing.
That meat is very good. Very, very good.
Whew. Some other stuff. Yeah. No rhyme or reason, just eat the food.
Well, we have to eat.
Y'all enjoy food.
The thing about it is, you guys, and I tell you this all the time, but it is really true. Me and Lydia make a mistake a lot of times that we don't be eating. We wait till way later. Same thing, even though we're eating now in front of you guys. Like I ate what I think I ate some cherry with it. It was good for me because normally I didn't realize the last few days it's been like I'll go through the whole day and ain't eating nothing until way later, and that's not good at all. But a lot of times I'll be so exhausted from the activities of the day. I come to get home, so
Because you've been eating all throughout the day. So my hardest thing is trying to find meals throughout the day because if I'm doing something, I can't just go and grab something. Like I've been wanting some sunflower seeds. I like the shell.
oh yeah.
But for some reason, when they take the shell off of it, they add sugar.
What?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
They add sugar to it. So I don't know what that's about. Oh, sorry.
What is in this meat pie? Lord mercy.
Is it not curry powder.
What that was. There's mushroom in here.
Yep. One thing I learned by being on Cashapp, you flavor your food really good. Oh my God, it is the best thing in the world.
Yes. That's very true. Very, very true.
You don't miss nothing.
I just remember how good that crust is. That's like crazy. That's very, very good. The crust is amazing.
Because you're like, oh, it's empanadas. And no, it's not mentioned here. It's African, it's Ghana.
Yeah.
Meat pie.
Meat pie.
Got the recipe from Ghana, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to call it. I'm not doing it.
That's true. I got you. That's true. And then when you said it, then it made me think about when I got it at that place. When I was, like as a Jamaican or whatever, or something. I'm just saying. You want to know how African food influences our food today? Check out How I'm Home on Netflix. So that's a good one to let you know. And that's probably one of my One of my favorite things. I love stuff like that.
My show that I like now, I don't get to watch that much because, I'm watching kids, TV with the kids. Wild Wild Country.
Hey, you talking about that?
The reason I like it so much is because I really believe we should do that ourselves as a black community. And then I also feel like that's what they did when we had Black Wall Street to tear us down. They just killed us. They just didn't kill the Rashnishi.
Well, they try to get you where it hurts. You know that. With anything, you know what I mean? We don't want to destroy it. They're going to try to get where it hurts. I just feel like we're Israelites. What else am I going to get down?
Really think about it, we did like the Rashnishi. No block a lot of stuff.
Like it's saying, and have your own things. Like what I love about some of the events that we've been having lately, locally, for our people, is they're like, we don't need to have police officers. We can have our own. We can police our own stuff. We can deal with our own stuff. We can make deal with our own stuff. And so it's actually created an environment where issues and stuff that people have for years and years and years they've been able to cut that down, shut that down, and that's actually going to prevent a lot of deaths that's been going, because we've had a lot of deaths, a lot of shootings and things like that, just all the time. And so we can get some of this stuff handled, even these gang issues and all that stuff. There's a lot less lives lost. And we can do it ourselves. That's the awesome thing about it.
Sorry, I was hungry.
You can talk. Because it is true. We have, but we are our own worst enemy. I'm seeing it more and more. Even locally, it's been really hard to watch because everybody continues to want to be divided. And it's even more so. It's like we don't need to be divided. We can just work together. We can come together, But people choose to be in this. I don't know, to me it almost makes me feel like I'm watching the grown adults act like kids. And it's frustrating because it's like we could be doing so much more together instead of these little petty fights and do stuff. You know what I'm saying? Whatever y'all got going. I told I had a long talk with my children the other day about something that I had learned and that I wanted. That has some serious emotional stuff going on. I don't know, and she'll act on it. I don't want her to act on it in this like in something happened to her because she can't control her emotion. You know what I'm saying? I don't want something to happen. And I say that's the one thing I learned years ago when I was in church. And I said it's the funniest thing, but it has really helped me along the way. Is my pastor said one thing. He said, "Get out your feelings." And a lot of times we will act on our emotions, act on our feelings at that time, but that's just how we feel it at that time. You know what I mean? So, say for instance, I act on that emotion I'm having at that moment. I decided to let them know every action, there's a consequence. You know what I mean? Everything you do, there's a consequence. So sometimes it's good to be still, as they say. Be still in the moment, and because you don't want to just act on something so quickly. You gotta be rational. You gotta think it out because you gotta think about the long term. Like, if I do or act on this, who's it gonna affect? And even if I go out, whatever, but if something happens to me, who is that gonna affect? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta always think about all that stuff. And like I said. Like I told her, I wouldn't want something to happen to you, or I said that they don't care who they kill these days. The kids or adults, it don't matter. So you can't be out here acting a fool, because they said somebody said you have to understand these are words. People say words. People do stuff like that on purpose, just to make you upset. Because they know those are the things that make you upset. A bully's that way anyway. If a bully knows those are the things that's going to bother you, they're going to do the things that they know is going to bother you. So I have to, and that's why I said I think that's what's frustrating, that you're having that crabs in a bucket mentality, because we got all these adults that act like, oh, I got this business and I do that, but you acting like these little kids. And we can't grow nothing because everybody's even separating from you, and even separating more and even separating more because everybody's against each other. We can't do nothing like that. We can't build anything up like that.
Yeah.
And that was frustrating for me. But I was excited because last night I was at somewhere and I heard some gentlemen talking. And they were, they were talking like I like. They talking about, hey, we need to do this, we need to build this, buy this building, we need to get something. And it was like big numbers. And I was like, ooh. They just said, we need $1 million. I was like, ooh, man. Alright, but then it was like, no, we're going to get so many of us donate money, we're going to get this building, and and the person, he knew what he was doing, because he knew, like, okay, we got this, we're going to have it together, and this and that, and I was like, okay. I ain't got that to give you, but when you get that building, I was just performing it and make you some money. And they said, no, we're going to make you some money. I said, okay, that's fine. I wanted to give you some assistance in the process, but I didn't have what they had. And they didn't really have it yet either. And they were talking about how some were going to have it, but they're thinking in the future. And they're trying to get, because I said, we got too much stuff here, and we have too many buildings here that ain't being used. And we gotta build up, and we gotta have our own stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we got too much talent too as well in where we're at. And like I said, you can make that money back real quick doing some shows. You know what I'm saying? Renting it out. When we ain't doing no show, renting it out for something else. You go constantly make that money back. You gotta get that building.
Exactly.
So I like to do that type of talking. I like that type of stuff. I don't hear no petty stuff.
Exactly.
I don't want to hear about it. I don't. So I definitely say, I don't want to hear nobody telling me, as a grown person, what I can and cannot do. Like I said, to me, I was like the smartest thing when dealing with Lydia was when we decided, okay, let's just do a one-woman show. You do that, I ain't had an answer to nobody. On the show, you can't tell me I can't work with this person, I can't work with that person, I can't do this. I ain't even started to work with nobody yet, but you already telling me what I can do? I don't want to do that. I never wanted to, when I decided to use my skills and my talent, I never wanted anybody to put me in the box. That was the whole reason why I was doing what I was doing. I didn't want to be in the box. Now you want to put somebody in the box, you want to put a whole bunch of people in the box. Trying to force somebody to make a decision and they wrong, that's ridiculous. So now you tell me where I can I use my skills and my talents. And at the end of the day, when you start doing that type of stuff, you're going to be the one. You're going to be the one who's going to suffer.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to make somebody make a choice. Because you don't have to do that. They're adults. They're adults with skills that they're trying to use all over the place. And like my mom said, she said, hey, I'll just tell my child, you go where the money is. And don't let nobody, and she said, no, and just don't have somebody do something where I gotta show up. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So, I know I've said a lot, but I'm saying this too because as we're trying to do these things, businesses and entrepreneurs, stuff like that, we gotta stop. And it's with all the pettiness because we have to realize too, those things come in there to hinder you. When they come, you have to recognize them and don't give it the attention that it's trying to get. You keep pushing, you keep going. You don't pay any attention. I know for me, when I see it, I don't pay attention. And I'm like, okay, I keep moving. I don't know what to do. It's hard for me. I want a whole bunch of outside emotional roller coaster rides, emotional roller coaster rides when I'm on it. But I don't get into my feelings. If I was to engulf myself in what I really feel, I would sink into a depression. I have to get out of my feelings and push forward. I got work to do. I got kids to take care of. I already got my feelings. Now, I'm not saying that my feelings are not, should not be validated or anything, but there's a time and place. I still got to, life don't stop, and I tell people all the time, life doesn't stop. Like, I don't care about what you're feeling right now. Like, I don't, even when people pass away, life doesn't give me time to grieve. A lot of times, bills don't stop. Bills keep coming.
Oh, I got a great idea. I just hit me like 2. Boom, 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 hit me in the head.
What? I heard what was all time, Was it from all time out or just something else you just thinking?
Something else? I was thinking when you, it started from what you said, you were talking about the one woman show. I was like, I haven't finished that yet. It's almost done. And then I said, I'm going to do a 2-person show. And then I went, I'm going to do one on the Talkitoutshow, Lydia and Joanne. Let me play. I was like, what is this? So those were my ideas that popped up. And now one conversation, she said, wait back.
That's what I do it. Right there we go.
Right.
It never stops. But that's good. That's what I'm talking about. It never stops. You never know. Next week, he'll be telling y'all right there. And y'all pay off your day.
My details what I was going to get about later, but yes, I am full now. You guys, I got this beautiful food salad that I'm going to put saran wrap over so I can eat it throughout the day. Oh, I'm full. I don't even think people get dinner. But we have to go because my sister has a doctor's appointment. And I got to spend time with my niece, and plus to me switching from square to this other guy, and I still don't have my paperwork for him. At all. Like, I
You supposed to email it?
no, I need a blank check and I go to the bank to see if they can give me one. But I know they can't. I don't even know where I'm at. It's like, I don't know what that is in my hair. And I know I got one somewhere, so I just have to look for it, which I'm not. So, again, I don't know how that's going to happen. Take it. But hopefully next week we can actually write a book because I won't have my grandbaby in there at all. That was just because we were cooking late.
But as you see, it was very, very delicious.
Yeah.
Very, very delicious. Don't have me wanting to do something and it ain't gonna even turn out as good as what she did, and then I'll be mad because it'll probably be a process though.
Oh no. You know how easy it is to make it up? That's what I'm saying. And then you have to have a certain thing that, oh, I didn't even realize Joy was on here.
What you talking about?
It's an echo.
No.
Hey ladies. Where's the book I want to see? What book you want to see? What book you want to see, girl?
She probably died because we didn't get that. We never did the book.
Well, we're going to be doing the book next week for sure. I apologize. This week is really hectic. So next week you will see, hopefully next week you will see several books that make it to the house. And we're going to make our own book and stuff like that because I want everybody to write a book. And like I said, everybody can do the same as that book. We can all do an ABC book and it's going to look totally different. We're going to have different ideas with our ABC book. Our 1, 2, 3.
Mine's gonna be a dope.
I said an A for your A. C for you. And she don't even like the word. A D for that. And you can write it.
I gotta do a song. You know what I mean?
Oh, that'd be a good ABC song.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm hungry tomorrow.
It's gonna be one side.
Background blue, girl, what are you going there?
So we gonna be back. We're gonna have some stuff. Check us out. We see you soon.
Love you so much. You guys check us out on Speaker Podcast on Friday at 10:30. Listen to us, talk to us on there, check us out because we do different things on these different platforms. And we answer questions and stuff too.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna let Facebook be Joanne's rant.
Oh, God.
So she can talk about things in Oregon. And so if you want to know anything about Oregon, Joanne can tell you. And have it up be her rant page. I'll be on there. Right there. Cheerio. Cheerio. Maybe a rant. Not like rant like she complaining, but all the information, like the information for Portland. So not a rant. I shouldn't say that. Because it sounds like she's going to be complaining about something. No, not that. She might have something that she complain about. But it's not all about complaining. It's just, all the stuff that's going on. You know, she's talking about,
It's going through
that's my so y'all couldn't, it's really her, y'all. I'm like the innocent bystander over here.
No.
And I don't know why she does
She
it.
trying to tell me that.
And so, can I ask you a question? Why don't you ever get no meals? I like to eat.
Oh, wow.
I like food.
Well, I have only received the one meal. And let me tell you, and it was really, really good. It was kind of funny because her daughter was killing me. But it was like a seafood lasagna, basically. I didn't even understand what I was doing. First I was like, what is this? There was the crawfish. Tails or whatever in there too. You had so maybe was it crab?
I probably couldn't have that because I had milk in it. I know it did.
Oh, it did. Oh, yeah.
And it had cheese, of course.
But then she had boiled snow crab on the side. And that had really good flavor. So I don't know what she did to it, but it really had good flavor. Whatever she did to the water, whatever, but it was really flavorful. And but she put prosciutto in that, in the lasagna, in the seafood lasagna as well. So she had all that in there as the prosciutto.
Okay, so I can't have that, Joy. So I guess that's why they did an invite for no food, but that's okay though. I thought we was like this, Joy. I thought we was like this. But I see you all over the place. Can't find me. Where is she? Where's Lydia? I see how you gonna meet Joy though. That's all right though. Shoot.
I don't know what the I can't remember what the next thing she was gonna create. There was something else she wanted to do. Oh, I think it was the stuffed king crab thing. I think she wanted something like that. She wanted to do. So yeah, there's something that she wants. Something like that.
Stuffed king crab.
So something like that. She wants us to do something and stuff shell bag with it. Something. So I was like, yeah. So.
I'm not gonna cry about it right now. I can't wait to see these tears. If I start crying, I'm gonna be asleep.
With the gland, baby.
I've been tired lately, and I don't know why.
I would
But I'm sure my blood sugar's fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
I think so.
I'm just having my issues.
But it's probably because you're all over the place. You see how our mind is. I was going to be doing some other stuff.
What?
You'll be doing some other stuff. Play.
I needed to get back in place because I wasn't the one that was cracking me up when I was reading it. And then I had our black history I need to finish.
Oh, yeah.
I got a lot of stuff that I got open and stuff that I need to finish. So I'm working on the stuff that all I keep getting pushed behind.
And that's the thing about it. It's like it was. I feel like the world is only going to give us this window, and we're going to be back to where we were again because of the two variants, especially the Delta variant. And that's what's scary because it's like you were like, yeah, we're all open. And so it's like it's scary because a lot of people and performers and entertainers are like, yeah, I can finally do something. I can do a concert here, I can do this. But pretty soon they're all saying everybody's already starting to close back up, do this, and are already starting to, put all these things in place again. So it's like it feels so crazy because I think for me, even though I was a person in my life that was kind of like not really, I can't say shy about my gift, but didn't really promote myself. I was just so happy to go out and see, go out and do something after being locked up with COVID for so long. You know what I mean?
The thing about it, I even told another person who sings, you can always do that on YouTube. You can do it on Facebook, on Instagram. But there's too many options just to be worried about going out to do it, that you can do it there and get you a big old audience. And then
well, you see the audience we had was crazy. Just for us to we hadn't even did anything with the Soulful Sisters thing you did, and we was getting all over the world.
Just do stuff like that and call it a day.
Yeah.
So those are things that you should probably keep in mind of what you're doing.
I do something.
What was in it? Because I like chocolate. That wasn't the orange juice, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Was it the orange juice and stuff?
There's orange juice, the palm stuff is at the bottom.
Oh.
Probably.
It was brown.
No, it doesn't like brown. Mm.
So anyway, yeah, so. She being creative too, y'all. Yeah, so you don't have to wait just to do stuff. Do it everywhere. You have all these different platforms to do it.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And so that's
And I mean, easier for me because with my limitations, it makes it easier. Like we could just change this room and do a little something, and we do boom.
Well, I wish you would decorate it, but asking Nancy.
This one? You want me to decorate this? I didn't know that. Well, I want us to put a green screen up.
Let's do it.
We got dark chocolate and chicken.
I'm ready.
Oh, speaking of that, maybe I want some chicken wings.
We got some chicken.
But you know there's a shortage on chicken wings?
Yeah, just. That's what you said. When I said chicken, we knew that chicken.
Yeah, the chicken wings?
Yeah. Okay. I said turkey wing. Chicken
This is what we saw was the tea bag, I think.
No, because it's brown now. When you poured it, it looked brown when you was pouring it in there.
Yeah, that's just the palm, mixture of the palm and the orange juice.
Okay, so I can't talk to you guys anymore. I tried.
Oh, wow. But we do have stuff to do. Let's see what time is it? We're talking about doctor's appointment and getting us switched over to a decent credit card thing going on because we are changing and elevating and everything. So, wish us luck, and you guys go for your dreams as well. Do what you need to do. Go for your dreams. Do not let anything stop you. And we love you. Check us out Speaker Podcast on Friday at 10:30. Check us out. If you're local, check us out this weekend. I am okay. Yes. Check us out. On Summer and okay. We're gonna be out there doing a thing. For what?
I was gonna make sure we couldn't, so nobody came back, so she might not be expecting anybody to.
It's gonna be hot, so I have to go check because when she does kind of shut it down when it gets too hot, knowing that it's gonna be 102 on Friday.
But she shut it down. I'm sleeping in on Saturday.
Girl.
And then I think we should get together and do our videos. Right up the when we need our videos.
Yeah. That'd be good.
It'd be nice to have practice record the videos.
And the reason why I would be good too is because that's literally gonna be the day before I have to start house sitting. I gotta take them to the airport in the middle of the night.
You gotta take to what?
To the airport in the middle of the night that night.
Oh.
And I have to stay there. And then I gotta take my daughter over. They're friends, and I'm just gonna keep her friends the whole time. I have to go buy some water shoes for my daughter. Thank you for reminding myself. So I love you guys, and we will see you next time right here on the Talk It Out Show. Why does this look so different?
Because you put your own shoes in your own
Yeah, even before then it was looking different.
No, yours was just red. Mine didn't float up red.
Now it's looking right now.
Yeah, look at the sugar.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Okay, so we're full because you didn't eat your fruit because you were full from drinking.
No, from eating.
But you drank that whole thing, and I hadn't drank my whole thing yet. You ate, and then you had that. I ate, and then had this, so I got full. So I didn't finish any of it.
And then you didn't even get to try the cake.
Okay, good.
I mean, chocolate cake. Little scarf.